Have you guys ever thought about what could happen if you drank 5 liters of water at once? Or if you ate 20 chocolate bars in a row? Did it ever occur to you what could happen if you didn't sleep for a couple of weeks? Or if you listened to your favorite music real loud? What effect would that have on your physical health? All of that we'll tackle in today's episode of Real Bizarre. So rest yourselves comfy and get ready for the top 10 common things that can kill you. Chocolate. Everybody loves chocolate. It's tasty, nutritious, and always makes you want to eat more. Unfortunately, if you don't eat chocolate in moderation, remember that you're risking your life. Although, to actually die, you'd have to eat at least 80 bars at once. If you do that, what's most likely is gonna happen is that you're gonna have an insulin shock, which isn't funny at all. This can lead to a severe health condition, and even evolve into a coma. In a way, chocolate is kind of a drug, sort of a bit like cocaine or morphine or nicotine. Some people who got addicted to chocolate suffer from abstinence syndrome. So if you don't really feel like going cold turkey, don't go hard on those chocolate bars, guys. There's nothing wrong with moderation. By the way, don't feed your doggies chocolate bites, because it's bad for their tummies. Alcohol. Like many of you, I wonder what could possibly happen if you drank too much spirits. But it's not all that simple. The thing here is that it depends on a variety of factors, such as age, weight, heart and liver conditions, and a bunch of other stuff regarding your well-being and internal organs. So the lethal dose ranges from a couple of sips up to 2 liters of concentrated alcohol. Scientists claim that 1.3 liters of a strong alcoholic beverage can often be critical for an average 80-kilo adult. However, if your weight is only about 40 kilograms, the chances are that only half a bottle of vodka consumed rapidly can put you into cold, deep ground for good. My personal standpoint is that humans should be able to relax without any mood intensifiers, be it the alcohol or any other potentially dangerous substances. So you be careful how much you drink, guys, and press the like button if you see eye to eye with me. Coffee. We all know that coffee contains hell of a lot of caffeine, to which you can easily get addicted like a motherfucker. When you drink a lot of coffee and the caffeine gets into your blood, it pushes your heart to pump like crazy. So it's kind of easy to overdo on it, you see. If you're a serious addict, you weigh around 70 kilos and you stick to about 3 cups of coffee per hour, then you're under a threat to have a heart failure almost any moment. So think about it next time you pour yourself yet another cup of fresh coffee. Volume. Yes, volume is one of those usual things that can kill you. Overly high volume levels at high frequencies can cause air embolism, which means that air bubbles will get into your bloodstream, causing vessel occlusion. And it ain't a joke. The whole thing results in poor blood supply to your heart and brain. Listening to the loud sound of 185 dB is a sure way to die, my friend. Let's check out a few examples of common things that either have a neutral or harming effect on us. Oral speech is approximately 45 to 60 dB high. Child's cry, for example, is normally 80 dB. A jackhammer sound would be as loud as 100 dB. Music in nightclubs is also relatively tolerable, as it usually reaches 110 dB. Meanwhile, the sound of a plane is a whole 140 decibels, which is already harming for human health. Now, the sound of an average bomb explosion may reach 200 decibels. Imagine that! No wonder so many soldiers have multiple hearing-related issues. Do you guys know how loud a forest usually is? Share your guesses in the comments. Let's see if we can crack it. Sleep. Having a proper sleep is of vital importance for our health. If you don't sleep for 24 hours, your internal systems are likely to malfunction. The wakefulness period lasting 5 days can do a lot of harm. Luckily, no one has ever died because of lack of sleep. It is, however, possible that they have fainted or fallen half asleep involuntarily. The world record belongs to Mr. Randy Gardner, who hasn't slept for as much as 264 hours and 30 minutes, which is well over 11 days. Water. If, during a short period of time, a person drinks, let's say, 6 liters of water, they will develop severe health consequences, which may also cause permanent death. body cells swell and you'll develop a headache and seizures. In complex cases, a person may fall in a coma or even die. There was an instance when a man died after he drank 10 liters of water within 8 hours. It's also bad for you if you eat a lot of salty food while drinking too little liquid, because it results in dehydration. Your body cells shrink and you experience a condition called hypernatremia. Oxygen. Try not breathing for 4 minutes and you'll see that what's gonna happen is that you'll start losing your conscious. If oxygen supplies is seized, the average brain is traumatized, and without a doubt the person will die in about 6 minutes from there on. I'm talking about common people who don't have sufficient training. There are people who are trained not to breathe for 10 or even 20 minutes. Spanish Ale Segura is one of them. He is the owner of the world record for the longest breath hold. Ale is kinda crazy. He managed to stay underwater for over 24 minutes after being hyperventilated beforehand. Cherry. Now this is a weird one. Who could have thought that an innocent cherry berry is a killer in disguise? And it all thanks to a cyanide contained inside a cherry stone. It shouldn't do you any harm if you just swallow it. That way it'll just come out of your ass in the most natural way possible, so don't worry about that. But if somehow you manage to split the cyst, then you may very well be in trouble. It's mind-boggling how a couple of grams of cherry stones is enough to kill you. Marijuana. According to Wikipedia, high doses of weed can be lethal per se, which means no matter how much sticky icky you smoke, there's no way of dying from it. Because if you're planning to commit a suicide by smoking pot, you'd have to smoke 700 kilos of that devil. However, if you overdo the regular dose in 3 or 4 times, you're very likely to experience a whole range of unpleasant surprises. Intensive sweating, tremor, tachycardia, nausea, vertigo, faint, paranoia, delusions, all the good stuff, you guys. The first death caused by marijuana abuse was recorded a year ago. An 11-month boy died of myocarditis. The test results show that his blood contained high level of TGK, which is the main psychoactive component contained in pot. Presumably, the substance found its way into the child's body because of his parents, who were constant marijuana abusers. It's quite possible that myocarditis was triggered by cannabis. However, doctors suggest a variety of other reasons for it. That includes viruses and infections. Height. Robert Pershing Wadlow was the tallest person in the world as suggested by the Book of Guinness World Records. He suffered from pituitary tumor and acromegaly, which pushed his body to grow further uninterruptedly. Excessive height led to extreme loads imposed on the body system and bones. Robert died at the age of 22, and his height was 272 centimeters. The man weighed 199 kilograms. There's a hypothesis that suggests that each additional 2.5 centimeters of height after 150 centimeters cut our life expectancy by a year and 3 months. Now, I don't know if that's likely, but what about you guys? What do you think? Do you believe this shit? Well, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's episode. If you like it, press the like button and subscribe to Real Bizarre. Thank you for watching, good luck, and remember that everything should be done in moderation. Peace.